welcome to my journey. I'm leaving Dollar Tree. This is the Dollar Tree that I never get to because it's in Concord. It's not far. I just don't ever come down here anymore. It was back last year sometimes. Somebody knocked a hole in the wall of their building. They still had not got it fixed. There's a hole. I guess they have to have a police guard or something because there's a dumpster sitting in front of it. But all you gotta do is just crawl through the hole. It's just a big hole in the side of the wall. So anyway, this is Thrifting Tuesday. I went to the foot doctor this morning, so I'm getting a little bit of a late start. And I think I told you back sometime earlier this year, I got like those blood blistery looking things on my toes. They were bad. They were bad. My big toes, my in-between toes, my little toes, they were just all over them. And I thought maybe it was the shoes I was wearing, those little Skechers. I had been wearing them over a year. And I can't remember if what I did, if I walked a lot that day, if I went somewhere, something happened. But they were not there, and then they were. Just overnight, just like that. And so I didn't put them back on. That's what I told him. I said, I didn't put them back on. I said, and I knew I was going to be seeing you, so I just left them. He said, let's just don't do that again. He said, how about if you have a little something on your toes like that, you come on in and see me. I'm like, okay, I will. Well, he trims my toenails because some of my toenails are so thick I can't get my regular nail clippers on them. So I just let him trim all of them. And the one part that was left was on my big toe, and it was hard, thick skin. Well, it basically was a blood blister, and he cut the skin off, and the red went right with it. So he said my other big toe, he said it's going to be dark like that for a while, but and then my other toe is on my toenail. It had went all the way from the toe and just settled down into the toenail. So I'm guessing it was those shoes. I did not wear them again, and I won't wear them again. It's the ones I wore on vacation when I went to see John. So anyway, but we're getting a late start, so I'm going to head down here and go to my Goodwill first. What time? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. So we're an hour behind. That's not bad. Not as bad as I went to the psychiatrist when, we was way behind. But my phone, I'm going to try not to talk too much because this new phone, they say, she told us, don't charge it at night. Okay, I won't charge it at night. Well, then I got it this morning, not thinking about it because I didn't really look at it before I went to bed. It's at like 30-some%. Well, the cord I have in here, when you plug it in, it says slow charging. So the reason I stopped at Dollar Tree was to get a USB cord. Well, I put it in, it did say slow charging, but it said check your cord, but it shows that it's charging. So I don't know if it's the thing that plugs in to my cigarette lighter, the little thing that you plug the cord into. I don't know, but as long as I can get it to stay up long enough for us to have our day today. Listen, and I got, look, yay, Kleenex, when my stinking nose starts running. But did y'all have a good Easter? I had a real good Easter. And we are getting Sebastian. He is down here. Last minute, RJ found out he could get him. So he didn't even get to be the Easter dinner because he had to go up there and meet to get Sebastian, which he said he would miss all the family dinners just to get to see his boy. I said, exactly. So my plans are to get him tomorrow and let him spend the night, and then get all three boys Thursday, so I can have all three boys together. That'll be the first time ever I would have all three of them together. I told Holly, I said, you got to take lots of pictures. I need lots of pictures. But we got some good pictures Sunday. Everybody had a good time, good eating. Ooh. Oh, I thought that truck was coming in my lane. So I'm gonna quit talking, and I'm not far from the thing, but I'll let this thing charge in between as much as I can. So I'll see you back. Okay, well, I went to the two Goodwills, and so I didn't talk after mine. I didn't find nothing in the Goodwill that I stopped at first. Didn't find nothing. And then I went to the two here in Charlotte, and the only thing I found was this. So Coke. These are some, I don't know who had these in the restaurant. I don't think it's Pizza Hut, because I don't think Pizza Hut had none on theirs. If they did, it was Pepsi, if I remember correctly. But I got these to use on the porch. They were 49 cents a piece, and I got 25% off of that. But I got them to use on the porch this summer for like me and Holly sitting out there, or even Sebastian, you know. That way I don't break my my vintage glasses. So then I don't always come over here to the By His Grace. I always have to look, is it By His Grace? I don't always come over here, but I did today. And I found this brand new, never been opened. It is Ruby and Millie, which I don't know what that is. The mini lip butter balm set. Pink sugar, crush, mint glow, and cherry. And they're just little lip balms. It was $1.99, so I got that. And then I was over there looking because I've been forgetting to look for Jaws, the movie Jaws. That's like me and Holly's best movie that we watch together, always. And we've been to both re-releases for their anniversaries. And I was over there looking, and I looked on one side, and I looked down, and I saw some books I hadn't seen before. And then I saw this. Let me... It's heavy. Oh, look. You see what this is all... Let me move that bag so it don't fall. It's just too heavy. It is all Family Circle and Woman's Day from early 80s. And there was even, he was flipping through them. He said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna read them." I said, "Nostalgia's sake." He said, "Oh, here's 78. Most of them," he said, "they look like they're holidays. Like holidays, Christmas and Halloween." Oh, okay, do not fall, please. And so he saw one that was a 78. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Pure nostalgia." I said, back in those days when those books were put out, I got them. Because I was a magazine freak, let me tell you. If there was a magazine, buddy, I had it. I kept a magazine basket beside my chair. I still have one now, but I don't take magazines. They don't put out magazines you can afford. You know? You just can't afford to subscribe to magazines. But the Women's Day Family Circle was just among many that I got back in the day. I cannot wait to read that old stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But I went to I will start yawning. I was hungry. I didn't eat this morning, and my belly was feeling hungry, so I went to McDonald's and got a Happy Meal. I didn't even eat all the fries. I get a kid's fry and an extra kid's fry instead of apple slices. I couldn't even eat the first kid's fry. It filled my belly up. And then I got the hamburger. I had enough points. We hadn't been to McDonald's since Jacob has started going to Whataburger. So we've not been building up points. But I always have enough points to get a free Happy Meal for him. Remember I told you the other week I didn't realize I was saving like a whole $4.28? Well, the only thing I had to pay, tax and all, was 76 cents because I went from an extra small drink that comes with it to a medium. So I got a medium half-cut tea. And this little farm fresh market here is open. They're just covered up with flowers. Oh, they're so pretty. I would like to have some flowers on my front porch hanging under my, you know, when I talk to y'all, I cannot find my words. You would think I don't know the English language. Just hanging in between my columns on my porch roof thing. God, how embarrassing. But anyway, Holly says she wants some too. She wants like ferns. I said, well, they're expensive. I said, to me, they're hard to keep alive. I've tried ferns before and I kill them. I don't know if I don't water them enough or if I water them too much, but I have not bought ferns in years because I just don't do well with them. I did finally put my jade plant outside, and it'll be so happy to find some sun because it's huge. It's hanging out over the pot, but it was leaning towards the sliding glass doors, trying to get sun, just trying. It was just leaching towards the door, and it leans like this. So when I put it out on the table on the porch, I turned it to where the side that was leaning was against the house, so maybe the sun on this side would pull it back pull it back up. I don't know if it works that way or not, but we're gonna give it a try. But listen, let me tell you, I didn't tell you when we first started. You see my new top? Guess what size it is? Guess. 1X. The shirts I bought all 2X, because I'm like, I don't wear 1X, I wear 2X. And the regular ones I wear, little cotton ones, I'm like, they'll shrink up. I'm gonna keep a 2X. They'll shrink up. They didn't shrink, not one iota. So I'm stuck with 2X's in those because you can't send them back after you wash them. Well, all the other shirts I ordered, I just went ahead and sent those back and ordered 1X, and those two were on back order. The 2X's were on back order, but I got them, and then when I changed them to 1X, they're on back order again. But this one is a 1X, and it's not tight. So I don't know if I'm gonna. I know it's cotton. I don't know if I want to dry it and take a chance of it shrinking too small. If I want to hang it to dry, I don't know. But it is amazing that I am wearing a 1X. And let me tell you this, you know how my weight's been going up and down with them few pounds for a month or whatever. Well, my body's telling a different story, because these shorts I got on are 16s, they're Gloria Vanderbilt's, and they're like, they don't have a zip or nothing, they're just stretchy. They're jeans, but they're a stretchy type jean. Well, when I got them a month or so ago, maybe more than that, they didn't fit. The other pair I got was a 16 and they fit. That's the ones I've been wearing. Well, these didn't fit. I couldn't get them on. I couldn't get them on my butt, and I don't even have a butt. Well, I said this morning, because my other ones was dirty, I had to worn them too many times. I figured, time to run them through the wash. I said, well, let me try these. They slid right on. So maybe my poundage is acting up, but my body is telling me a different story. So that's good. That's good by me. I do have a set pair of 14s that I bought, pink capris, that I thought would be pretty for the spring. I haven't even tried them on yet. I just washed them and put them in the drawer. And I got some shirts now that'll match them. Some pretty tops, you know, like this. And but they're 14s, but they look big. I saw extra large today that looked big, but I was scared to try it. I didn't look at any shirts. I was looking at shorts. But I'm not going to look at any shirts, because I don't need any between my new tank top shirts and one short sleeve shirt and my t-shirts. I got plenty of shirts. Unless I would just happen to walk by and something was sticking on the end that really caught my eye. I'm going to tell you what gets me though, is if I do look at clothes, I see things I like, they're too big. Yes, that's what gets on my nerves, because when I was bigger, I couldn't find anything. It's like few and far between to find any decent, nice, pretty clothes. Now that they're just way too big for me, I find all kind of stuff, all kind of cool stuff. So I'll take that problem. I'll take that problem. I'll take that problem all day long. What do you think? So now I am, and my phone's charging pretty good. Now I'm going to head up to, excuse me, Salisbury. I should have been in that lane. I'm going to have to jump in front of him, because I got to get on the interstate. Head up to Salisbury and hit the Nazareth, and I'll probably stop at that Goodwill and Habitat, and then I'll come back and stop at my two Goodwills. And depends on how I feel if I'll go to my Habitat or not, because there's never anything in there. But like last week I went just because it felt so, I was running late, running behind, but, or was it the week before? Whatever day I had my doctor. Maybe it was last week. It was feeling good. I don't think I was running behind. I think that's when they had that wreck. And I wasn't going to go, but it was feeling so good outside, I felt like going. It's nice out today. A lot of people are bundled up, but it's just comfortable to me. I got my tank top and my shorts on. I'm good to go. Didn't have to carry my pocketbook though. I typically just pop my little square wallet, little pouch in my shorts or my pants pocket, whichever. So when I'm thrifting, I don't have to worry with a pocketbook. The pocket in this pair of shorts, I'm not kidding you, is about that deep. you can't get nothing in it. But anyway, well, I don't. Okay, Mr. Truck. I don't think I know of anything else to talk about until after I go to another store. So, excuse me. It's probably a short video. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna listen to my music and I'll be back. Okay, I went to Nazareth and the Little Goodwill, and I'm over here at Habitat. Let me tell you before we even start. I was just on the radio. It's a rock and roll radio station, and they were playing the Black Crowes. He said they didn't even come close to winning Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A boy band won by 1,000,000 votes for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Did you hear what I told you? A boy band. There are people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm sorry, I don't believe belongs there because they're not rock and roll. There's a jazz. If you're not jazz, don't be in the Jazz Hall of Fame, etc., etc. Stuff like that really gets on my nerves. So I just had to get that out of the way. But and we're going to talk about Habitat on the way home. But I found these. I have some almost exactly like these. That man was looking at me like, who are you talking to? That I use for serving spoons. I only have one solid one. And then I found this. It's a good size slotted one. Better than some of the ones I got. They were $1 a piece. And then they have a whole, I told y'all before, a whole bunch of jewelry. But check out this watch I got for $2. I just got to buy a battery for it. I told her, I said, can I try one of them watches on? So I tried it on, and guess what? Fit. So, got me a watch for $2. And then in here, I didn't find nothing at Goodwill. And then in here, I found 4 of these. They were $2 a piece. I said, oh, that'll add a little color to my porch. Because the ones I got on there now, I think she gave them to me for $0.25 a piece at Nazareth. I think that's where I got them. Because I was like, I don't know how much these are. She's like $0.25 a piece. And they're gray and white. I thought, oh, these are $2 a piece. That'll give it a little bit of spring summer color. But let me tell you, in Nazareth, I have looked at the shorts. I looked at the shorts in the one Goodwill, and I didn't find anything. And so I was looking over at Nazareth, and they had 2 skirts, denim skirts, knee length, right? Not short. I'm like, oh, and they were 2X. I'm like, oh, I want those. And I'm like, if they fit, I don't know. So I held them up to me. They held up to me, you know. And so I got up there, and my one little girl that's always there, she's a young girl, and I told her, I said, well, I hope they fit. She said, for you? I said, yeah. She said, they're gonna fit you. She said, it's too big. I said, well, I wear a 16. She said, honey, that's not a 2X. She said, I wear a 16. I said, what? So I'm looking at her, I'm like, really? She said, I used to weigh 380 pounds. I said, what? I said, 377 here. We were fist bumping, and she looks skinny. I'm telling you, she looks skinny. She don't have the saggy skin I got because she apparently lost her weight when she was young, because she's young. If she's in her 30s, I'd be surprised. She said, yeah, I wear a 16. I'm like, but I don't look that skinny. She said, yes, you do. I said, no, I don't. She goes, yes, you do. I'm like, girl. So I don't know what to think about that. So I didn't get the skirts, but here's the other story. She said, well, here, let me give you the key to the bathroom. You go in there and try them on. I said, okay, I'll just do that. Well, I got put the key in the woman's bathroom because they keep their bathrooms locked. Can't nobody just go in there and make a mess. I put the key in the woman's bathroom, opened the door, and there is a man sitting on the toilet. I'll be through in a minute. I shut the door up real quick. I'm like, what just happened here? First of all, I got the key. And second of all, what are you doing in the woman's bathroom? Sitting down. So you know, even if he was through in a minute, I'm sorry, TMI, I was not going in there. No. So I just stood out there where the clothes were and just slipped it on over my shorts. Too big. Because if they were too big over my shorts, they were going to be too big without shorts. But yeah, that was enough seeing that man. That was enough excitement for the day right now. I don't need no more excitement. I told her when I went up front, I said, honey, I said, there was a man sitting in the woman's bathroom. She said, was he really tall? I said, well, he's got a Friday shirt on. I said, he is tall because he passed me over here. She says, okay. So when she rung me up, she told the woman, she said, I'll be right back. She said, he comes in there a lot. So they knew who it was. They knew who it was. I don't know what they were going to tell him, but probably to not go in the women's bathroom. So, I'm glad they weren't pants, because if they were pants and I had to try to put them on over shorts, I probably wouldn't even have tried, because I told you I wasn't going in there. So now I think I would just go home to my 2 Goodwills. I don't know if I feel like going to Shamrock today or not. I don't have much cash left, because they only take cash. And they very rarely have anything. It's such a teeny tiny place. I told you they have them little gambling machines at the back. I'm pretty sure that's where they make their money, is the gambling machines. And then her little thrift store portion up front, just a room. There's a little room to the side that they keep their coffee pot and stuff like that in, a little table with stuff on it, but nothing to sell. So, yeah, listen, I was just looking at my hair. I got to get a haircut soon. Y'all, I am getting shaggy. David did his last night. He said, I told him, was it yesterday? I said, I got to get a haircut. He said, I got to do something mine too, because he cuts his own hair. He's got a buzzer. He just buzzes it off. And then I trim around his ears and his neck. He said, he ain't paying nobody to do that, Mama. He can do it himself. He don't buzz it bald. He just buzzes it real short. So, listen, when I had long hair, I used to cut it myself. I didn't go to nobody to cut it. I just trimmed it myself. Trimmed my own bangs. Listen, you know what my mama always said? Poor people got poor ways. That's right. Holly cuts Jacob's hair when he lets her. He's decided now it's going to grow. He wants it like Miss Honey on Matilda. He will let her cut his bangs, but that's it. He will not let her. I mean, she could bully him around, but if it's hair, what's the big deal? There's a whole lot worse things to worry about a child than if he wants long hair or not. She cuts Nathan's hair. I think she cuts her own hair because she's just got part in the middle straight hair, no bangs. And I think she just cuts her own hair too. Listen, that saves you a lot of money this day and age. So, now, when we got married, David had hair, and he kept it a certain way, feathered, and he had hair all over, and he went to this man called Monroe. His name was Monroe. Monroe cut his hair, and then Monroe quit or something, and so it was this other boy, and then he quit, and I don't remember where he ended up going, but even though we lived in Kannapolis, he went all the way to Charlotte to get his hair cut. Till he started losing this, is when he started just buzzing it off. He said it wasn't worth messing with. I hated that man. I've told y'all before, I hate that he lost his hair. It's just on top. Because he loved his hair. It was fine, not thick or anything like that, but he kept it just padded down, slick back with the hairspray, feathered back, you know what I mean? And then he had the long hair there in the back at one time. I told him before, I said, honey, if you could have your hair back, I would let you wear it any old way you wanted to. You could have the pompadour, anything you want. I would not even care to what you look like to walk out in public, just if you could have your hair back. You could do anything you wanted with it. And I mean that. If he wanted to go out looking like Elvis Presley in 2026, he could. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Just if that man could have his hair back. You know, I've lost mine. Mine's very thin. It is... To me, it messes with my femininity, but you don't realize what it does to a man. They're just as sensitive. They might tell you they're not, but I don't think they're telling you the truth, because David is sensitive about losing his hair. It hurts his feelings, and I don't mean to say that in a sissy kind of way. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying hurt his feelings maybe is not the right way. It bothers him, you know. So I ain't trying to make it sound like a wimp, because trust me, that man is not a wimp. There ain't nothing wimpy about him. He's such a man. You know, I told you everything he does is rough and tumble. Everything he does is rough and tumble. I had my dinner rolls in there. I just got some brown and syrup rolls for Easter. And he was opening something. He got in the mail and was putting something on top of my rolls. I snatched it off. I said, "Get off my rolls!" He said, "I was just pushing this out." I said, "No, you was putting it on my rolls." He is in a bubble. When he's doing something, there is no here or here. It's here. Trust me. I've been with him long enough. It would take a special woman to take my place. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. It would take a special woman to take my place. To put up with this man. This man. But he's good as gold. That's it. He's rough and tumble, but he's got a heart of gold. So, but I believe it would take a special man to put up with me too, because bless his heart, he puts up with a lot. I'm not miss. My nose will not quit running. I think I got allergies. I just think I do. I'm not miss fancy pants. Quiet and calm. So I think we do well together. We have learned each other, and we know each other, and we get along well together, because we know what's to push, what's not to push. You know, messing up my bread, that's the push. I'm gonna push you messing up my bread. But like I said last week, the grease on the doors, I'm not pushing it. I'm over that. But you're not gonna squish my bread. Priorities. Okay, well, I got to turn this air all the way up because I am hot. And so I'll see you back soon. Okay, well, I went to, I didn't get nothing. I went to both my Goodwills here at home. I didn't get nothing in, and I thought, oh, I'll go to C-Van. I never think you'll go to C-Van. I don't know why. Probably because this late in the day, you're not going to find anything. And this is what happened today. I didn't find anything. So I'm just going home. Now I'm coming down the road, because C-Van's at one end, and my first Goodwill is not the other end, but just right there. And I turn right here. So I could go if I wanted to, because I've done it before. I'm like, well, I'm going to be down that way. I'll see if they put anything else, because they put their stuff out all day long. But you know what? I'm tired, and I ain't going to do it. I'm going to go home. And people's kind of been getting on my nerves today. I can just tell you this. There's a lot of times I'm glad I wasn't recording today, because y'all would have seen it. It's been one of them days. So anyway, that's all I got. What I showed you. I didn't get much today, but I like what I did get. I can't wait to look at my magazines. That'll be fun. And I'm trying to think. We got this place down here. Yeah, I told you I'm tired. Called Stars and Stripes. I know it's a bowling alley, but I don't know if it's got video games. I don't know what all's in it. I've never been. It's been there for years. And I always say I'm going to take Sebastian when he comes down, and then we never go. So I'm thinking, well, what if we take him Thursday? I'll just have to find out and see what everybody wants to do. So, but I plan on getting them all 3 Thursday. Whatever we do, I'm going to have them. So anyway, that will be all for today. And this is Thursday that you're seeing this, so tomorrow we'll be weigh-in, and you know what? I'm not even going to worry what the weigh-in says, because the way my body is with these clothes, I'm fine. So we'll see then.